Cold Orchestra is back.
Our new season of auditions for classical musicians is now available. Performance opportunities for students, young professionals, and seasoned artists.
Perform a concerto with orchestras around the world. We have 4 orchestras this season. Perform with orchestras throughout the US, Czechia, and Egypt. New this season, opportunities for composers to have their orchestral works recorded by the Boulder Symphony Orchestra, mastered and distributed on the world's most known music streaming platforms.
Audition live from the comfort of your own home. Get live evaluations from expert judges and expand your online presence through our international internet broadcasts. Additional award and performance opportunities are also available. Visit our website for full details. Don't miss out on these wonderful opportunities to advance as a musician and perform on a world-renowned stage. We look forward to hearing your performances.
And we're delighted to have with us Ralitsa Tcholakova, and you are from Canada, and you're originally from Bulgaria.
Yes.
And when did you leave Bulgaria? And you were a violinist and
yeah.
violist.
Both. Yeah, I play both violin and viola. Last year I played here at the same event I premiered a Canadian piece composed for me for a viola. It was solo viola. Mm-hmm. And it's actually very relevant to what's happening right now in the world, because a friend of mine who has a Jewish heritage, she wrote the piece, and it's called Prayer for Peace. And it was not, how can I say, provoked by the Hamas rockets fired towards Jerusalem in 2021. So she wrote the piece, and I came here and I premiered it.
That was last year.
That was last year, yeah, on a viola. Right. And now this year I'm coming as a violinist, and I'm performing with the York Chamber Players.
And what piece are you playing at the gala this year?
I'm playing Beethoven, the Romance in G major, and it's considered to be the first, but historically it's the second written by him. It's just the way it was published.
Sometimes that happens.
Yeah. Well.
The string quartet's opus 18. They're all
also mixed. Yeah,
two piano concertos.
Yeah.
So you perform on both instruments, viola and the violin.
Yes.
Preference between the two?
Well, I started with violin, and when I was 6 years old, and when I went to study in Vienna in 1994, it was mandatory to take a viola. So I had to take for a year viola, and I have to say that somehow, if I'm always thinking that if I knew when I was 6 that there is a cello, I would be a cellist. So I love the sonority and the deep sound that viola has as an instrument, and I really enjoy very much playing on viola. Unfortunately, not so often, but I have played several concerts a year on viola and mostly violin.
I think I spoke with you last year. I probably said the same thing, but there's a wonderful concerto by an American composer by the name of William Schumann, if you know the work.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And he wrote a viola concerto.
Yeah.
Are you familiar with it at all?
Why I checked it, and I was looking actually for a virtuoso piece written for a viola, and I found one by Vieuxtemps. I can't remember exactly the title of the piece. Could be something like Caprices or something in that sense. I don't remember. But that was a very interesting piece, and I know about Schumann's viola concerto. After I performed as a violist here last year, there was another Canadian composer who wrote another piece for viola that I premiered in the Canadian Parliament. And that she has Estonian heritage, so her piece is based on Estonian folk songs, and it's also a very interesting piece.
Mm-hmm.
Cold Orchestra is back.
Our new season of auditions for classical musicians is now available. Performance opportunities for students, young professionals, and seasoned artists.
Perform a concerto with orchestras around the world. We have 4 orchestras this season. Perform with orchestras throughout the US, Czechia, and Egypt. New this season, opportunities for composers to have their orchestral works recorded by the Boulder Symphony Orchestra, mastered and distributed on the world's most known music streaming platforms.
Audition live from the comfort of your own home. Get live evaluations from expert judges and expand your online presence through our international internet broadcasts. Additional award and performance opportunities are also available. Visit our website for full details. Don't miss out on these wonderful opportunities to advance as a musician and perform on a world-renowned stage. We look forward to hearing your performances.
Now, you also, in your resume, we talk about some of your CDs. I'd like to talk about particularly Remembered Voices, which was released by the university you teach at Carleton.
I do, yes.
Yeah, and it's on their own label, Carleton Sound. Tell us about that CD.
Well, one of the professors there, the piano professors, Elaine Kewer, I collaborated with her for 2 of my CDs, and that one is featuring music by Canadian and Bulgarian composers. It's actually only one Bulgarian composer, Pancho Vladigerov, who is probably the most prominent Bulgarian composer. And the Canadians are, kind of a variety, mostly women. Elaine Kewer, she was named to the Order of Canada several years ago. So kind of played with really famous people. Yeah.
And then you have another album, which I just noticed, called Ballad of the North. You mentioned female composers. This is all Canadian female composers.
Yes. And some of the pieces that are featured there are like by living composers, and one of them is very prominent at the moment. Her name is Kelly Marie Murphy. So the piece that we recorded from her is Postcards from the North, I think. So.
And those albums get played quite
On CBC.
On the CBC.
Yeah,
that's
quite
good.
often. I get emails sometimes that they're going to play such and such piece, and
Yeah, and the CBC coverage is the entire country. So
yes, it's for the entire country on
exposure
their
to
classical
that.
music program.
And during the pandemic, you participated in some online and local and international festivals, including the National Prayer Breakfast. So you were quite active during the pandemic.
Somewhat. I have to say that the pandemic killed my international career because I was supposed to have concerts, as is always with orchestras, in Uruguay, Argentina, Paraguay, and that was in 2020 and 2021, and they just never happened. I have to say that being here once again in New York and performing at Carnegie Hall, it's a really great opportunity, and to get back on the international stage if I'm lucky enough, and so.
So you're playing the Beethoven tomorrow night.
Mhm.
It would be wonderful to hear some of those female composers from Canada. Maybe you can do an encore if no one's looking tomorrow night.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's an opportunity to represent some Canadian music. Yeah, but the piece I played last year is by Canadian female composer, Evelyn Strubach.
Right. And so as you look ahead, so your international career got a little bit interrupted, but are the dates starting to pick up for you?
Yes, it does. I do perform occasionally with orchestras in Canada, and I'm also received the grant to record the first violin concerto composed by a Canadian composer in Canada who happened to be a woman. And her name is Barbara Pentwant, and I'm recording that with a orchestra which is called Sinfonia Toronto. Next year, we were talking for tentative dates in February. So, and from there on I have a number of other concerts, either with piano or with orchestras.
And all of your CDs, I imagine, are available on the various streaming services?
Yes, they are. Actually,
Spotify.
the last, like one of the CDs that I recorded was, it's called Aboriginal Inspirations. And I have to say that, my friend Ron Korb, who I know for a long time, he won 2 Grammys in the beginning of the year with 2 different CD projects as a flute player. And because of his amazing career, some of them are getting more prominence. It's released by Naxos and the Canadian Music Center and distributed by them.
Really? And so that's entitled Aboriginal Inspirations.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's featuring the Grammy winner Ron Korb. Tell me about him. Does he perform with you, or did he produce the album?
He's mostly world music performer. He for that particular CD, 8 composers wrote pieces for the CD that are all Canadian, and I wanted to have composers that are all born in Ottawa. So all of them are either living in Ottawa or born in Ottawa, because now some of them moved away from the city during the pandemic. And Ron plays on different kinds of flutes. Some of them are native flutes, Aboriginal native flutes. And he has a collection of over 200 flutes from around the world. With one of the CDs, he won a Grammy this year. It's a Japanese production, and it's called Divine Tides, and he's playing there on Japanese
So he performs with you on this album, Aboriginal Inspiration.
Yes, yeah, and like on a classical, standard classical flute and many other
Really?
kinds. Yeah. Hmm.
Well, I haven't heard it, so I'm going to go check it out. And anybody watching, it's called Aboriginal Inspirations, and it's a Naxos recording, so you can get an actual physical copy or listen to it online.
Yeah. There.
Congratulations on that. Good luck tomorrow night.
Thank you.
Look forward to hearing from you, and it's good to see you again.
Yeah, thank you.
Orchestra is back.
Our new season of auditions for classical musicians is now available. Performance opportunities for students, young professionals, and seasoned artists.
Perform a concerto with orchestras around the world. We have 4 orchestras this season. Perform with orchestras throughout the US, Czechia, and Egypt. New this season, opportunities for composers to have their orchestral works recorded by the Boulder Symphony Orchestra, mastered and distributed on the world's most known music streaming platforms.
Audition live from the comfort of your own home. Get live evaluations from expert judges and expand your online presence through our international internet broadcasts. Additional award and performance opportunities are also available. Visit our website for full details. Don't miss out on these wonderful opportunities to advance as a musician and perform on a world-renowned stage. We look forward to hearing your performances.